the longest time, this is how I worked through my design process. I worked with learning objectives. Then I aligned content to make sure that all those objectives were being met properly. And then I designed knowledge checks that could help learners recall and remember the key information that was covered in the program. Do you think this works? Usually, when someone asks, does this work? The answer is usually no. I'm sure a lot of you are on board with that. But the way I look at it is that adult learners, especially in the corporate setup, very rarely learn just for the sake of learning, right? They learn to perform better at work. That is the main objective they have for learning. Now, the problem with this process is that the one thing that can help them get better at doing something, which is practice, is treated almost as an afterthought in this entire design process. And that is not fair, right? What we have moved to, my team and I, more recently is a different framework that has turned out and it's working better for us for the past some time. Now, we have, in a way, replaced the term learning objectives completely in our vocabulary with performance outcomes. And that becomes the foundation for our learning measurement and our learning design. What this does is it immediately shifts the lens from what people need to know to what people need to do, right? And automatically that makes a lot of difference because now we are looking at the whole solution in a different way. The second part of this framework is to design practice. This is honestly the soul of the entire design process for us. This is where we address any kind of misconceptions or mistakes that are being made and that are getting in the way of good performance, right? So when we design our scenarios or any other practice opportunities, we make sure that we are addressing the misconceptions so that people are unlikely to make those mistakes at work in their real lives. Content in this framework is more of an enabler of performance, right? It's not in the general sense of exposition, but what we do is there are two major ways that we bring in content into the program. The first is through any kind of consequential feedback. When we provide meaningful feedback, that helps learners create clear mental models about why they should do something, why they shouldn't do something, what is good performance, and why is that good performance. So we use it to build those mental models. And the other is to explain the core concepts that are covered in that subject. And this could be through stories, through worked examples, similar things. So this is how this entire framework works.